Hi everyone, welcome to Intuitive Garden Tarot. My name is Nicole and I will be doing a weekly energy forecast for my viewers for the week of April 7th through the 13th. Tomorrow, April 8th, Mercury goes direct after having been retrograde, and on Sunday the 13th, Venus goes direct after having been retrograde. Retrograde. All right, just made up a word. So I'm going to just pick a message from the garden to set the tone for the energy of this reading, and good one. Trust. Trust your intuition right off the bat. Trust the process. Trust, I see Scorpio, what comes up from the depths, that you can handle whatever is in the deep waters that you haven't been able to see before, that is now coming to light. Wow. Liking this message so far. Okay, we have the Mind's Eye Tarot. Let's see what the details are for my viewers, and this deck is ready to go. I love that when that happens. Okay, King of Swords, Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups, Eight of Swords, the Fool and the Star. Interesting. So two major arcana at the bottom of the reading here. So let's just dig right in. So one pentacle, otherwise it's swords and cups. Thoughts and feelings, head energy, heart energy. Can we trust what we know? Can we trust what we feel? I think that's going to be weaving through this reading here. So you are showing up as the King of Swords. This energy is very intelligent, very educated. And I find that interesting that this is the deck that wanted to answer the question about the energies for the week, or show us the energies for the week. Because notice how he has his eyes covered, but the two eyes are here, looking from a different perspective. So my sense is that you're learning to incorporate your intuition with your knowledge, and that's exactly what we wanted. That's the theme that had been building over the past couple months, moving from the head space to the heart space, and kind of integrating the two and not just being always in our head. So good job. It looks like you're getting the hang of that, and there's a flow that's coming. Perhaps it's just getting into the flow of it, and experiencing it in a new way, and letting it show you something different from a higher vantage point. See this eye up here. So I pointed out these two down here, and then there's this big eye up there. And if you ask me, this is the same eye, which is like the moon, but it's also an eye lighting the way for this figure. She's leaving something behind. She's up to her head in water. Water is emotion. And there's a heaviness to that water too. Something in that heaviness, though, is showing her that there's a better way. So this is good. Looks like you're moving out of that stuck energy. See all these cups that are represented like shells here, almost like she's in them, and she's tangled up in them, but she's headed out. She can see the light. The water is brighter here, and she's on the way out. So this is answering a higher calling, or seeing a new path open up before you. The way is being lit so that you know where to go. And again, you gotta just trust it. Trust that you'll find your way, and that you're not being misled. So many of us have been burned and taught to not trust anything. I'll believe it when I see it, etc., etc. Everybody's always out to get you, all those little expressions that we're familiar with. They're in our psyches, and my sense is that we're learning how to listen in a different way and look in a different way and feel in a way that's more coherent. So the Queen of Pentacles in the background is about attracting and allowing things to come to her. In this deck, she has angel wings, which I love. And I'm hearing that it's time to ask for all the help that you want or need, and it will just come to you. I feel like the angelic realm, your helpers, your guides are right there watching over you. Very much. Keeping an eye on you, and all you need to do is ask, and they're there. They're actually always there, but ask for their assistance. They can't help until you ask them to. And be clear, I've heard from a few different sources that it matters to say it out loud, even if it's quietly to yourself. Something about forming the thought into words is different than just hoping or wanting help to come. You have to actually formulate it into a request. All right, so with the King of Cups at the center of the reading, this is interesting too, how he's facing the King of Swords. Again, that emotion and intellect coming together face to face in a new way. And I feel like you're learning how to communicate your feelings so well and so much more comprehensively. A lot of throat chakra activation right now. Look at all the energy coming out of his throat area in all directions. It's just flowing, and it's making a beautiful pattern, a beautiful frequency, a beautiful resonance. So again, I'm sensing that you're more tuned into your emotional state and better able to communicate it. And that would include communicating what you need, what you desire, what's fun for you, as well as how you feel about others. Letting them know how important they are to you, making boundaries if needed. These two cards are showing me a little bit about boundaries, or feeling like you need to kind of wall off from a certain energy. So that's in the mix as well. You might need to rethink, okay, this is how it's coming through. Pay attention with your intuition to how you feel in different situations. Don't just use your logic to assess, but what are your feelings telling you? What are your feelings communicating to you? Because that is when we're really in a game changer state, when we're working from a place that's unbiased, hopefully as neutral as possible, but feeling and sensing, and not just working on past experiences, past logic, other people's information or experiences that they may be passing on to you, because that may not apply to you or affect you in the same way. The energy, though, moving towards the end of this reading is about noticing where you might still be stuck. What is it that's been in your blind spot? You know, we don't always see or know everything, so you might want to ask your angels, your guides, your helpers, your higher self, God, however you tune into that higher frequency of creative possibilities. Ask for help seeing what you might not be seeing, what is in your blind spot. And I feel like we're really all collectively starting and embarking on a whole new journey, a whole new cycle. The Fool card, I love the Fool card in this deck. There's so much warmth and passion. The sun is right there, just sending those rays of light into her consciousness, into her body, which is again reaffirming that we've been really going through a lot of upgrades, a lot of dormant DNA is being unlocked. There are many people talking about that have much more understanding than I do, so please research it on your own online. But it's fascinating. One thing to look into would be Gene Key 55. Just do a Google search on that, and very interesting stuff comes up from one individual in particular who seems to know what he's talking about. I'm seeing a connection here too. Look in front of her how there's this gray smoke, and here's this gray wave. So, oh, and her throat too. Look at that, her throat is activated. So much about communication and throat chakra this week. And I just feel like there's just that last little bit that you need to work on this week to gain more clarity and to really take hold of what you're embarking on, because there's this massive new chapter opening up in your life, and all the possibilities are there. You are being guided. You are being guided by your lucky star, your North Node. Hold on to your dreams. Hold on to your wishes as well. Do not get clouded in confusion or not trusting what you know to be true, because just as you clear that last little bit that's right in front of you, I feel like your journey is just going to open up, and next week's energy forecast should be really interesting. We'll see if we're still in this place, if it's slower moving, or if we're moving through it. But it looks like, again, there's just this much little work to do before some of the good stuff happens, before some of the work pays off and your wishes come true that you have been working so hard to draw in and attract and hone in your own experience. And in doing so, you will feel that you can just step out of this place of feeling stuck and bound, because that was all an illusion. Look at how not really stuck she is. She could untie that red wrap around her body just by wriggling free a little bit with her arms. In other decks, there's usually something over the eyes, and her eyes are closed. All you have to do is just open your eyes, and what you need to do will be right in front of you. And then once you clear through that, you can just move on to better stuff. I feel like we need something else. Okay, elemental empath. Give us a sense of, once my viewers clear that little bit, what can they look forward to? What kind of energy is on the other side? Okay. So by facing the inner darkness, see how it's activating her third eye, which again represents her intuition and trusting, that level of seeing with your inner eye, not with these eyes. Boundaries, yeah, that's again the discernment, that sword's energy, really being clear on what energy supports you, nourishes you, feels right for you, feels in balance for you, in resonance with you, and what doesn't. And don't hesitate to clear out your own energy space with your intention, with sage, with crystals, with words, prayers, asking your guides and angels for help, because you really want your space to be clear and to feel like home for you. You don't need other people's energy, other people's thoughts, other people's agendas in your space. And in doing so, you're really going to reclaim your power, is where this is going. But I wanted to say, you're not going to dim your light. It's actually going to fan the flames of your ability to be effective, to transform and transmute. I'm seeing this in her third chakra as well. I know that's being activated right now for everyone. Trusting who you are and who you came to be in this lifetime is how that's coming through. And owning it unapologetically, in a brazen way. That's not my word, that's what's coming through. Be brazen, be bold. And anyone who is challenging that, shaming, judging, casting doubt onto what you know to be true, what feels right to you, who it feels right to be in this lifetime. If anyone's challenging that, I challenge you to go within, look at the facts, and feel with your inner knowing, with your inner eye, look at the situation and the relationship, and assess if that's something you want to take on this journey with you, because you don't want to take any riffraff with you. You want all this color and all that light to be a part of what you're moving forward towards and stepping into in this next chapter of your life. And regarding that inner darkness, we don't want to take that with us. It's time to really let that light shine. Yeah. And getting in tune with our life purpose, our life mission is also coming through. Just want to point out how her heart is activated. Let me see if I can get the light to show it. There it is. See how there's a glow? Her heart chakra is activated. Her third eye and looks like even crown chakra are activated. And there's this gorgeous golden rose in her solar plexus, which I've honestly never seen before. And I do work with rose healing energy, as many, many people do. Very fascinating. So I think we're being asked to, again, make those boundaries for who's challenging your power, who's taking your power, trying to take your power, making you question your power, your strength. It's time to just get them out of the way, whoever or whatever that might be. It might not be a person or even a situation. It could be an addiction. It could be a behavior. It could be a limiting thought pattern that you don't see, that you're still stuck to or bound to, and it's not really in your awareness. So just keeping your heart and mind open to sensing and feeling as you move forward. I think this week is an inside job, and it is a little bit of a spiritual test, is frankly how I feel it. So I look forward to seeing where the energy lands next week. Let me know if you have any comments or reflections on what this means for you in the comments. And please, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it so much if you do. It's free and it helps me grow my channel, get more exposure, and continue to do more readings for you guys. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Take care.